Good evening to everybody who has joined in for this exclusive webinar, which is conducted by Gyanberry on Study Medicine, Dentistry, and Health Sciences program. All that you should be knowing. My name is Shagufa. I am one of the counselors at Gyanberry. Along with me today, we also have a senior counselor, Ms. Pooja, who will be taking the slides, who will be basically sharing the slides with me. And we have also a Q&A session planned towards the end of the session. So please stay tuned. And I'm sure all of you are going to have some amazing takeaways. I am sure that, you have been eagerly waiting for this webinar where you want to know more about what are the options which are yet to be applied to for 2024, and for all the aspiring medical students who want to know how they can start for their admission process for the 2025 intake. So Gyanberry always comes with the demand of the student, and here we are. So without wasting much time, we will straight away start the presentation. But before we do that, I want to thank each one of you who has joined in for today's webinar, taking your precious time out, to be there with us. So thank you once again for joining us. And the agenda of the presentation will be unfolded as we present the slides to you. But in a nutshell, just to brief you, we will be explaining to you in detail about who we are as Gyanberry, what assistance and what scope we can offer to you, and what are the benefits of registering early for the 2025 intake, and to know all about the options which are yet to be applied for 2024. So please stay tuned as we take you through the presentation. So as I mentioned to you, Gyanberry is a technology-enabled educational platform where our mission from day one is to make your life easy. And how do we do that? It's all there in the coming slides. So we firmly believe is that to make the medical education accessible for all the students in a very simple and transparent manner. So you register with us and we take all the responsibility of doing your admission and application process, which will in turn make all these things a very fast and easier process for you. And you can entirely focus on your entrance exams and, interview process and plan your strategies to get into the university. Now, talking about Gyanberry, as I mentioned to you that we are a technology-enabled education platform. So we are here by combining technology and expert guidance of counselor to ensure that we make the medical school accessible, all the medical school accessible across the globe for all the students who are looking for the information at one place. So we are in the industry from last 10 years, and in this last 10 years, we have counseled more than 15,000 plus students across the globe. We are approved by KHDA Dubai. We have a dedicated team of 25 plus counselors and admission officers. That means there is a separate admissions team who are experts in different country application process. So we can help you with the timelines, the requirements, and the exceptions, everything that you're looking forward to. We are also one of the leading leader and trusted brand for medical admissions. Gyanberry has placed numerous students to universities across the globe. All the students are mentioned on our website. I would not say all, but yeah, we have tried to collate as many as we can and put it for you on our website so you can have a glimpse of the students. Gyanberry is also the authorized regional exam center for selected Czech, Hungarian, and Italian medical universities. For these selected countries and universities, Gyanberry officially conducts the exam. For example, Czech Republic. So you don't have to travel to Prague to give the exam. We take care of the arrangements for the exam for you. And for universities like Hungary and Italy, we also ensure that when you register with Gyanberry, we make arrangements for your online exam. So that process is also taken care by us. Moving forward, this is just a glimpse of what I have been talking from so long, that we have students from Dubai, Sharjah, Turkey, Nigeria, Jordan, basically across the globe. So please do not hesitate to reach out to us. No matter wherever you are residing, we can definitely help you out. Now, we have already talked about, medical aspirants and who we are as Gyanberry. So medicine or dentistry or any health science program is a very competitive field. So in order to, get into your dream university, it's not just important that you are on point with your, the timings for the application process. A proper planning, strategizing is also equally important. So when you register with Gyanberry, along with taking care of your admissions and application process, we also have our exclusive preparatory materials, which are prepared by senior teachers keeping in mind the pattern of the university entrance exam. These preparatory materials, as I mentioned, is a common preparatory materials for most of the European universities. So you can avail and you can take advantage of it. Now, depending upon what your requirement is, if you are someone who just wants, the mock or a practice test, and you are well aware or well versed with the reading materials, so we have separate packages as well. Depending upon what you need, we can offer to you. So we have reading materials for lab sciences and mathematics, topic-wise practice tests with answer keys, subject-wise mock test, which also has logic and aptitude-based questions. Along with that, Gyanberry has also been organizing online prep classes. So for 2024 students, we have already concluded the prep classes, but for the upcoming 2025 students, Gyanberry does a personalized, a prep classes where the teacher and student ratio is very compact. So, you have small classes where you can frequently check your queries and doubts with the tutor. And basically, it can be like a crash course where, the tutor briefing you on the important topics and subjects which you should be prioritizing more on. Basically, revision classes. And coming to the last point, which is UCAT preparation. So we also offer this assistance to you where you can have a one-on-one session with the expert tutor who will be guiding you on the preparations. Moving forward, again, this is something I am sure all of you would be very inquisitive to know that what are the options, because from the start of the slide, I have been saying that we can assist you across the globe. So this is across the globe. Basically, we have universities in countries starting from Georgia, Romania, Bulgaria, Italian public universities, to, going to USA, Canada, Malta, Turkey, you name it, and we have it there in front of you, right? So we have a list of countries where we can assist you with. And towards the right-hand side of my screen, you will see that we have also given a bifurcation of the pricing, like what is the living expense as well as the tuition fee for the universities which are in these specific countries. So you can definitely, connect with us depending upon what your preferred budget is or how comfortable you are. So we have options for each and every one of you out there. If you need any guidance, and slightly can go up and down for your budget, we will definitely help you and give you the options that we are currently having. Moving forward, coming to a very crucial part. How do you decide a medical school? There are multiple articles on Google, multiple research, saying that you should focus on ranking, you should focus on, the number of international students, whether the degree is recognized, the infrastructure. So definitely, I would say that everybody has a personal inclination or a fact associated to a university. Maybe you have somebody studying there, or maybe, you hear something from a friend or a family. So all that you should definitely consider, but these are some key takeaways that you should take from this session. As expert counselors, we will suggest you that whenever we are or you are, shortlisting the universities for your admission process, these are some preferences that you should keep in mind, or, points that you should consider. Preferring accreditation, heritage, and history over ranking. Now, ranking is just about numbers. I might be, sounding weird because there are some parents who are very much inclined on the ranking, that I want to go there because of the ranking. Yes, definitely, ranking is one feature where, most of which draws most of the attention, basically. But when we are talking about the other aspects, which is, the culture, the tradition of that university also plays a huge impact Also, whenever you are going to any university, you should see what is your ultimate goal. Will you be coming back to your home country and practicing? So does the university has the accreditation of being worldwide recognized is very important. Yeah. So always ensure to check these facts prior to selecting or shortlisting your university. Infrastructure and clinical exposure. So being in the year of 2023 and moving ahead with AI and technology, I am sure all the students and parents would like to send their child to a university which is, very advanced in terms of, not just making the child learn the theoretical concepts, but also ensuring that they are having a very good clinical experience, because medicine is not just about theory. It's about how well versed you can practice, interact with patients. Again, the lineage of tradition and culture also combines here. So, looking at the infrastructure, ensuring that the university has all equipped facilities for the students, in terms of laboratories, stimulation centers, and different factors which are very important. Coming to the third point, you should also keenly focus on how long the university has been teaching the course in English. Teaching the course in English definitely breaks the language barrier, making the student very comfortable with other international students, making him understand what the course is all about, easily communicating and, connecting with each other. So this is also a very important point that you should pay attention to. Coming to the fourth point, which is the recognition of the degree. If you are someone whose future prospect is to go to UK or USA, so you should also see that the university that you're moving ahead with, do they provide any kind of, help in preparing you for the licensure exam, so, and also whether you have the possibility of progression to these countries, what are the licensure exam you need to clear. So definitely check on all these facts and information. And whenever you are considering these facts, you should also check that how many international students have graduated from that university and are, now progressing to UK and have cleared the licensure exam. So you will get a, a figure of how your life would also be there at the university. Teacher to student ratio is something that we often tend to neglect, but again, it's a very important fact that if you have a small batch of class, it's easy for you to communicate, get more opportunity to interact with the tutor, have a very good bond and understanding, pay attention to the topics. So definitely you should also consider these facts that when you are starting your journey, basically, is in the, the class too big for you to, just become invisible there. So rather try to focus on these aspects where the classes are smaller in size and you can easily have access to the professors and teachers to help you out throughout. Now, we have also seen that what are the things you should keep in mind to shortlist the med school of your choice. Coming to a very common question that we often get asked is what is the duration of the course, right? So every university, or I would say every country, has a different duration. Basically, for European based universities and all the Middle East countries, the course of duration for the medicine field is 6 years. The degree that you get is called MD, which is Doctors of Medicine, which is for the general medicine I'm talking about. If you move to the dentistry field, the degree that you are going to complete in all the EU, Asian, and Middle East countries is 5 years. And pharmacy, it is 4 years, and physiotherapy, 3 years. For USA and Canada, for the people who are not new to, who are not, aware of the pre-med concept, let me break it down for you. So in USA and Canada, after you complete your high school, you cannot directly get into the university. There is a bachelor's program that you need to do, which is also called pre-med. Then you give your MCAT exam, and then the 4 years you have to do. So it's not a direct entry. You have to go through the process of 8 years. For the students who are not confident or who feel that, because medicine is a very challenging or, a profession where it will require a lot of dedication and a strong base for your science subjects, you don't have to worry. We also have options for you. So that is called the foundation program. Foundation in simple terms, if I can break it down for you, is a pathway to get into the medicine programs. So students, unfortunately, if they fail or, they are not able to qualify, or students who are, they might have passed their grade 12, but they feel that, the grades were not so good. And maybe when they start with the year one, they might face difficulties. So you can strengthen your base and concepts by getting enrolled into the foundation program. There is no direct progression that you will get into the university of your choice, but around there is a success rate of around 85 to 90% that we have seen in the recent past. So it's a very good option for the students as well. Now we are going to talk that what are the advantages of you considering and registering early, right? As we have mentioned in the start of the presentation, that this is a combined presentation for both 2024 and 2025 students. So this slide basically would be more helpful for our 2025 batch of students. So the first point is increased chances of acceptance. When you register early, or even when you start your inquiry, you have all the opportunities to gather the information, right? So you do not miss out on anything. Oh, I did not check this fact. Maybe somebody might have, guided me on. So you have enough time to do your research and apply to more and more universities. Yeah. The more number of universities you apply to, the more chance you make it for you to get into the university. So definitely it's increased chances of acceptance that you can apply to various universities, start from the entrance exam when it begins till the end of the season, I would say. Then you get enough time for the application and the visa preparation. There are many students who often ask us that if I take the exam in July, is it too late for visa? Or should I take it in March, right? Or is there any preference that students who are taking the March intake and, the March term and the April term, what is the difference? So basically, there is no difference as such, and there is no biasness from the university as well. But the only advantage is that when you do your things early, you are more better prepared for things and you know what is next. Application is done. Next is your entrance exam. Entrance exam result is done. Now, what is the next step? Processing, getting your admission letters. So you are on a step-by-step track and you have enough time to arrange and do all the processes. Financial planning is very important, especially during the time of visa processing, when it is, there are certain amounts of funds which should be reflecting in your bank account. Yeah. So if you register early with us, you have an idea and understanding that, okay, maybe, this is my dream university. I'm planning to go there. So, approximately how much funds I should be keeping in my bank account. So again, there is a planning which you are doing. So last minutes, you do not have to do arrangements and other sort of things. Shortlisting the right university. Now, here I would like to emphasize on a feature or a service of Gyanberry, which is really very helpful for the students that we have experienced in the recent past, which is customized university planning. Now, from the name itself, you are going to understand that it is customized especially for your needs. So when you register with us early, there is a team of counselors who will connect with you, take down your requirements, and accordingly suggest or make a plan for you on the basis of different factors, your academic profile, your preference, budget. I'm just giving you an idea of this. There are a couple more questions which the counselors will take it from you and they give you a plan. Okay, that are, as per your academic profile, these are the options you can apply to. So when you register early, you will get around 20 or more than, 10 plus universities because still the deadlines are not open and you can still apply. But if you come back to us in the mid season, okay, where half the entrance exam is already done or, the dates are gone, then your planning, the shortlisting of universities that we give to you will be limited. So that's the reason we recommend that if you are not sure where to apply, connect with us. We will work on your university planning, give you all the options, and then you can take a call. Right accommodation options. Just doing your application process, getting an admission letter is not enough. You should know what is the accommodation process because most of the universities do have dorms. But some universities have this function of first come, first serve basis, right? So if you are taking the last exam, if you're registering for the last application process, then it becomes a very, a situation of tension that you're trying to write to the university. University is not responding because of the peak season. So you don't know how to go about it. And within the week time, you're traveling. To save you from all these aspects, we recommend register early, get to know about all these things, who is from the accommodation department, write to them, have all the information in advance. So you are sorted and you can, plan your travel accordingly. Preparing for the entrance exam, I have already briefed on this point that Gyanberry also has exclusive preparatory materials. And along with those preparatory materials, we also offer you the guidelines from the university, like what is the duration of the exam, whether that university has negative marking, no negative marking, how many attempts that university has, how the interview pattern is going to be. So you should know in advance, like if I am registering for so and so university, how the exam is going to be like. If the exam is an online exam, well and good. If it's an on-site exam, then how do I plan and travel as per the exams of my curriculum? So these are the facts and advantages of registering early. And definitely the last points combines each and everything which I have just briefed you on, that when you register with Gyanberry, you are a part of Gyanberry family. So anytime you need our assistance, anytime you are stuck, you need our help, we are there to support you and assist you throughout the journey. We organize frequent webinars. We share multiple documents with our students before the exam, after the exam, next steps, whom you should reach out to. So you don't have to, Google and search and eat your brain out there. We are there. So trust us. And I'm sure, we will be having a smooth sail together. For the coming slides, which will basically focus on the requirements of the university and post completion of your 6 years program, which is again a very frequently asked question by most of the students. Ms. Pooja will be taking us through the slides. Thank you, and over to you, Ms. Pooja.
Thank you, Shagufa, for the valuable insights. Can you let me know if my audio is fine?
Yes, yes, it's perfectly fine.
Okay. All right, great. So I appreciate everyone's patience so far. Moving forward, we're going to be delving into the second half of the agenda, which is to discuss the general admission requirements, the admission timelines, as well as the post-study opportunities. I'd just like to remind all the parents and students, if you've not yet put up your questions on the Q&A tab below at the bottom of your screen, please go ahead and put in your questions, because in the next 10 minutes, we will be wrapping up the webinar and then we will be focusing on answering your specific queries. Now, you might have queries regarding your specific curriculum, but because we have students from all across the globe today on the webinar, will not be answering to curriculum specific queries. So I'd request you, if you have any curriculum queries, please contact us on the number which I will be showing towards the end of the webinar. Okay, so in terms of general requirements for medical universities, all the universities require you to have a successful high school completed diploma. Of course, the requirements will vary from university to university, but generally you must have a diploma. Now, for students who have not completed their high school, nothing to worry about. You can still apply to a lot of universities with your predicted grades or your term one grades. Okay. It is highly recommended or highly preferred that you have biology and chemistry in your final 2 years, which is your grade 11, grade 12, or for British curriculum, grade 12 and grade 13. It's highly recommended you have bio and chem, but for all the students who don't necessarily have biochem, but they have biomath or biophysics, it is fine. We can still find you medical universities that can look at other options. And we also have medical university options available for students without science subjects. So if you are a student from a commerce background or a business background and do not have science subjects, you still can apply to medicine, but there would be other things to consider. Apart from that, across most of the universities that we have, some of the universities require an entrance exam, and some of the universities don't require an entrance exam. So the universities that require an entrance exam, they're looking for no specific prerequisite requirements. But the universities that don't require an exam, they don't need a prerequisite. The ones that don't require an entrance exam will be looking at your scores or your subjects, etc. All right. In terms of English proficiency, it is not mandatory for a lot of countries. So for selected countries, IELTS, SATs is not mandatory. But if you're looking at applying to the UK for medicine, then you must have UCAT and IELTS. This is very mandatory if you're applying to UK universities. Moving ahead, we have also depicted all the possible countries that have entrance exams or interviews as an entry requirement. So we have listed out the possible countries that can be taken into consideration. So if you are someone interested in applying to Czech Republic or Croatia, they have entrance exams, university specific entrance exams in biology, chemistry, math, or physics. So they have that option. If you are someone looking at applying to Poland, we have around 10 to 15 universities. Some universities might just test you on any two sciences. Some universities might test you on biochem, physics, as well as logic. So it varies from university to university. If you are looking at applying to Italian public universities, so Italian public universities have a common exam called IMAT. IMAT happens every year around September, October, and they are going to be testing on a little bit on biology, chemistry, physics, logics, general knowledge, and math. So it's going to be a little of everything. If you're applying to universities in Hungary and Bulgaria, they give an option of any two sciences. Georgia, they don't have entrance exams, but they do have a requirement of English and motivation-based interview. What is motivation-based interview? Motivation-based interview means during the interview, they would want to understand your passion for medicine. So they would want to understand why have you shortlisted medicine and why have you picked their university. If you're looking for universities in Malaysia, Turkey, and UAE, it depends from university to university, but they also have interviews. Some of their interviews could be only motivation related, and some could be a mix of motivation as well as science subjects. If you're applying to the UK, UK has a common exam called UCAT. Until last year, they had two exams, BMAT as well as UCAT. Going forward from this year, there's just one exam for all medical universities in UK, and it's called the UCAT. UCAT is not going to be testing on your science because to test your science knowledge, they're going to be looking at the academic scores. So alongside your academic scores, they will also be looking at your performance on verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, abstract reasoning, decision analysis, and situational judgment. This is more logical related. So if you are interested in applying to UK, I'd suggest all students to start preparation early because they require at least a minimum of 3 months preparation. Caribbean island universities only have motivation-based interviews, and Germany, we do assist with private universities in Germany. So they have entrance exams in English, biology, chemistry, and general knowledge, which take place online alongside an interview. So this gives a clear bifurcation on what all the different countries are looking into. So please make a note of it. And if you do have questions, contact one of the counselors of Gyanberry who can help you with further details. Moving ahead, um, as Shagufa mentioned in the previous slides, that foundation year is 1 year long. Foundation is not a mandatory requirement for all the students. There are certain conditions that are, there are certain students that might require a foundation program. So if you are someone who is not confident to start university immediately, or you are someone who is still deciding if medicine is the right field for you or not, or you don't meet with the year 1 requirements of a particular university, then you opt for a foundation program. Foundation year is one additional year to your 6 years medicine or 5 years medicine, depending on the country. So during the foundation, they train you on academic and linguistic preparation. Basically, if you're going to a university in Europe, for example, Czech Republic, the first language spoken there is not English, it is the Czech language. So during the foundation, they will teach you the science subjects to clear your base. And not just that, they will also train you on Latin language and Czech language as well. And some popular foundation programs available are in Hungary, Czech Republic, Poland, Lithuania, Ireland, UAE, as well as UK. And if you go to a foundation program, it just improves your chances to get into medical and dental school, because most of the universities require entrance exams. And if you are not prepared for the entrance exam, you could spend 1 year in foundation to better prepare yourself and then get into year one medicine. The fee range for foundation is between $5,000 to $20,000, which is a 1 year fee. Depends on the location. Because if you're looking for universities in Eastern Europe, it's going to be affordable. If you're going to be looking at universities in UK, the budget you're looking at is 17 to $20,000 annually. And another great aspect about applying to foundation is they do not require entrance exams. So you can directly apply to them on the basis of your high school diploma. Moving ahead. Uh, for all the students present on the webinar who are looking for the next year intake, which is the 2025 intake, we have put down a pathway or a timeline for you to consider applying universities abroad. So if you are going to begin applying, you need to keep these timelines in mind. The application process to several universities begin from September to January. So between September to January, the application processes begin. If you are looking to sit for universities which have entrance exams, they all begin from July to April. The range is big because if you're applying to universities in the UK, so the deadline to apply for UK next year will be October this year. Around October 15 will be the deadline. So you must sit the UCAT exam between July and August. Once you've given your UCAT, then you put in your applications to the UK medical universities. Whereas if you're considering to apply to Europe, then the entrance exams will happen between anywhere between October going up until April. It depends from country to country. Once you've given your entrance exam, offer letters will start coming in between the month of March and May. If you've applied to UK, you have finished applying by September, they will take a month, anywhere between 1 month to 3 months to give you an offer. Before you get the offer, there will be an interview, MMI interview session. So you'll have to finish giving the interviews and then you will get your result only around March for UK. For Europe, if you've given the exam in March, then the results will come out by April. If you've given the exam in April, the results will come out by May. Okay. And confirmation and enrollment formality. So once you get your offer, every university has its own process of accepting the offer. Some universities require documents with attestations or legalization. Some universities would require additional documents that you'll have to get to and that you'll have to courier to the university before enrollment. And finally, once all of this is done, you can then apply for the visa and fly to the country. I'd like to emphasize all of these timelines are for the September 2025 intake next year. I'd like to reiterate that we do have certain countries like Georgia, Poland, Latvia, as well as UK that have early intake. For example, they have January intake as well. Not just September, but they have options available for Jan intake also. So to get more details, please feel free to contact us so we can guide you. Now, for all the students who are still looking for medical universities this year, so if you are not a student who is graduating next year but are graduating this year, we do have a couple of medical universities still available for you to apply to. So on the screen, you can see a few popular universities for medicine completely taught in English. We have universities available in Croatia, Czech Republic, Hungary, Lithuania, Poland, Cyprus still available. Then we have options in the next slide for options in Poland, more and more options in Poland, UAE, Bulgaria, Romania, Germany, and finally we have the remaining options in Italy, which is also available, Italy and Georgia, which is available to you. Now, each of these universities have upcoming deadlines. The deadlines are coming in soon. So if you are still interested in exploring available options for you, I'd recommend you to please contact one of the counselors ASAP so we can accordingly guide you through the process. On the screen, this is a screenshot of our exam date page on the website where you can explore the possible entrance exams for the various universities that I just showed you. You could click on the below link, which is the gyanberry.com/exam date. And once you click on resources, it's going to take you to, it's going to give you the option
Yeah,
to
I
select
think
the.
it's some issue here, but generally it's like Gyanberry exam dates, so you'll get all the exam dates there. Yeah.
Yes. Shagufa, can you click on the exam date and go under resources? Okay, just click resources. Yeah. So once you click on exam dates, you will be able to see the different universities that require exam, and you'll also be able to see when is the exam going to be conducted and where is it going to happen. If it's going to be happening online, you're going to see an option that says online. If it's going to be happening on site, there will be an option mentioned on site and the location will be provided to you. So this is very helpful for you to plan yourself ahead. Yeah. Okay, moving to the next slide. Now, once you have gone and once you have selected your particular university that you would like to apply to, and you have finished your 6 years of medicine or 5 years of medicine, what is next? What happens after you complete your medicine and dentistry? What are the possible pathways available to you? In the upcoming slide, I'm going to talk to you about medicine as well as dentistry pathways available. So if you are a student looking to study an MD degree or a MBBS degree in Europe, for example, and if after graduating from Europe, you want to know what are the possible options available for specialization, you can either do a PhD or a doctoral program in Europe or outside Europe. There is no problem. All the universities I've shared with you are very well recognized and accredited and allows you to do so. You can even choose to continue in the country. You can practice as a doctor or you can continue your specialization. However, if you are studying in Europe and you plan to stay back in Europe for PG, you must be aware that the PG in most countries post graduation will be in the local language. There are a few selected options that teach post-graduation programs in English, but majority of them will be in the local language of the country. And if you happen to stay back after your medicine, you will have to give the local licensing in the language so you can practice further. If you do not want to stay back in Europe and you want to go to an English speaking country, you can apply to the US by giving the US medical licensing exam. US medical licensing exam consists of 3 stages, stage 1, 2, and 3, which must be cleared. So at least before you go to the US, you must complete stage 1 and 2, and then only you can be eligible to go to the US to finish stage 3. If you do not want to go to the US, you want to go to the UK, right now, currently from 2024, there's a new exam introduced for UK. It's called the UKMLA exam, UK Medical Licensing Assessment Exam, which every student will have to give. If you are a graduate outside UK or you're graduating MBBS in UK, at the moment, everyone has to give the UKMLA exam. And after you give the UKMLA exam, you have foundation year 1 and foundation year 2, which has to be satisfied. Foundation year 1 and 2 is nothing but working with local hospitals in UK, work experience. After this, you can register for the GMC, which is the General Medical Licensure process, for the General Medical Licensure process, and then you can either do your specialization or you can work as a doctor. This is if you're looking for medicine. If you are looking for dentistry and you're not looking for medicine, you also have exactly the same options available to you. The only difference is the exams for US and UK. If you are a dental student planning to go to the US, you need to give an exam that's called the NBDE exam. This is for all dental graduates. And if you are looking to go to the UK, then you don't need to give the UK MLA exam, but you do need to give the ORE exam, which is for dental graduates. And then you can go ahead and apply for the GDC licensure, which is the General Dental Council in the UK. So I hope by now all the students and parents available during the webinar have a clear idea in terms of how we can assist, and in terms of how what are the different possibilities available for this year, as well as what are the timelines for next year. Now, before we're reaching very close to, close to the end of the webinar. So if you are, I see a lot of questions being put up. Please do continue to do so, because in the next 5 minutes, we will be taking up all the questions. Now, just to summarize, how can Gyanberry help you? If you register with Gyanberry, what are the services you can get advantage of? One, destination and university planning. I do know at this time, at this point of time, all students, you more or less always know what they want to do and which university they want to progress to. But our destination and university planning is in place to ensure that you are applying to the right set of universities, because sometimes we just end up applying to universities and then we end up getting rejections. That is not what we're aiming to do. Here we understand your profile, your preferences, your budget, and then we accordingly get you the options which you can apply to. We entirely assist you through the admission process. We help you with application filling, we help you with coordination with the university. We also assist with online self-study prep materials, which was covered earlier by Shagufa. So these materials can be utilized for all European entrance exams. We are also eventually going to be introducing UCAT preparation materials. We already have prep classes in place, which is separate for European entrance exams and separate for UCAT preparations. So if you need any kind of coaching and training for UCAT, we have expert counselors all the way from UK who will be spending one-on-one sessions and one-on-one time with you to train you and make you better prepared for UCAT. We also help with MMI preparation and interview preparations. Like you just saw, a lot of medical universities require interviews and multi-meaning interview sessions, which we train you for. And we also have some summer schools and internship in place. Summer schools and internship is a great starter point for all students looking for admission next year, because you still have 1 year, so you still have time to build on your profile. So you can utilize and participate in summer schools during the summer, like during July, August, where you can, it's a 1 week to 2 weeks long summer school where you get an opportunity to be in the university that you want to apply to. You get an opportunity to experience how a doctor's day-to-day life goes. They will take you through cardiology departments, they'll take you to their simulation center where you can get an idea of how the clinicals are done. And this is excellent to add to your CV. And last but not the least, we also assist with visa assistance. So you get end-to-end service with us. It completely depends on what kind of package you take with us, but we will be there from end to end to assist you. Moving ahead, the next steps. If you haven't visited our website yet, I'd highly encourage all of you all to please visit our website. You can very well select the course that you want, and you will be able to search for universities based on your preferences, and you can start the application process through our website itself.
Pooja, do you want me to give the demo?
For sure.
Okay. So the points that we have added here, it's a very easy, accessible platform. You just need to go to gyanberry.com. Once you are there on our platform, you will see that you can apply to universities worldwide. So you can select your course. I will just do a dummy, maybe medicine, and I select Czech Republic, and I just click here. So all the options in Czech Republic that teaches medicine will appear on my screen. As you can see, the more I'm scrolling down, the more options I am getting, right? So you get to have all the information right there in front of you, along with the duration, the entry route, what is the tuition fee. Okay, what you need to do is just select your preferred intake. If you want to apply for 2025 intake, click on shortlist. Use your email ID to just log in and apply. Okay. When you click on apply, this is the shortlist menu. So here I can shortlist as many universities as I want, because this is just like a shopping cart. You put everything in the cart and then you can take a final call. Like, out of these options that I have added, now I only want to go ahead with these two options or three options. So after I select that, I will click on apply. Once I click on apply, I will get the different plans and packages which are offered by Gyanberry, along with what are the features you are going to get in each plan. So this, as I had mentioned, we believe in transparency. So everything is right there in front of you. So you can go through it in detail and accordingly take your plan. Okay, like premium plan has service assistance until the visa package. So if you're someone who wants an end-to-end service, which Ms. Pooja was also briefing on, you can go ahead with the premium one. If you only want application submission, then you can take a basic one. Yeah. So you can just select your plan, sorry, and then proceed on next. While doing that, the last step will be to place an order. Okay. That's all. Once you place an order, the team member will connect with you shortly. So that's how you can navigate and how easy it is for you to use our platform and directly register. You can sign up if you are a new user. I was already like this was my dummy account, so I had an account. So you can sign up also if you are new to the website. Okay. Moving forward and coming back to the presentation once again. So this is all that I explained to you for our website. Moving forward, Pooja, if you will take it or I can take it.
You can continue.
Okay. So again, Super Mentor is an initiative of Gyanberry, where you can see we once you have shortlisted the university, or even if you have not shortlisted, suppose you have three universities in your mind and you're not sure, I should apply to the university like the professors, teachers, safety, food availability, then we can directly connect you with the senior students who's actually studying at the university. Yeah. So again, you don't have to do any research. You just come to Gyanberry. We have a dedicated page for that as well, which I will show you in the coming slide. And you just type in your country, for example, Czech, Charles University, and you get all the list of senior students that are studying there who are in their third year, fourth year, and you can have a one-on-one conversation with them to clarify all your concerns and queries. So this is a very important, initiative of Gyanberry, which directly helps you to connect with the senior students. I have not gone through the questions yet, but I can see there are a couple of questions. So I'm sure it will be more. But as Ms. Pooja has mentioned, if you have a very specific query with regards to any service or your curriculum, we would advise you to book a session with us. Okay. And we will connect you to the counselor as per your requirements. And definitely we will try our best to help and assist you. Moving forward, you can take a note of the email ID and the numbers that is provided on the screen for you. And definitely you can get in touch with us